While I know summer is supposed to be a time for excitement and adventure, for me this summer will be one of finally finding routine again and getting settled. So that is probably why my summer TBR is looking a little different than I would have expected. While I definitely have some fun and flirty books on here, I am also feeling a strange craving to read classics, which in my time of getting back into reading has felt laborious to read before, but now I'm kind of drawn to them again. So I hope you will join me in this video as I plan out what I will read this summer. Since my recent move, I have become very conscious of the fact that my physical TBR is getting out of hand again. I was so good for a while, but since I broke my book buying ban, I have bought a considerable amount of books again. They're all books that I genuinely want to read, but I might have to put myself on a little mid-year ban for a while. So for this TBR, I'm only putting books I already have a copy of. Starting with the fun and flirty part of my reading list, I am happy to announce that I have finally started to read Felix Ever After, and am really enjoying it. The book follows Felix's love as he navigates through self-discovery and first love. Then I have two romance books from authors I have really wanted to read lately. The first one is Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan, which has also been on my shelf for ages, but when I went to Dublin recently, I kept seeing her books everywhere. I will just read the short blurb, which says, "When you leave Ireland to spend your parents' money, it's called a gap year. When Ava leaves Ireland to make her own money, she's not sure what to call it, but it involves a badly paid job in Hong Kong teaching grammar to rich children, Julian, who likes to spend money on Ava and lets her move into his guest room, Edith, who Ava meets while Julian is out of town and actually listens to her when she talks, money, love, cynicism, unspoken feelings, and unlikely connections. Exciting times ensue." This just seems like a really fun summer read. And then I also have the book Ghost by Dolly Alderton, which a friend lent to me. I recently read the author's memoir, Everything I Know About Love, and really enjoyed that, so I'm pretty excited to read another one of her books. Nina Dean has arrived at her early 30s as a successful food writer with loving friends and family, plus a new home and neighborhood. When she meets Max, a beguiling romantic hero who tells her on a date that he's going to marry her, it feels like all is going to plan. A new relationship couldn't have come at a better time. Her 30s have not been the liberating, uncomplicated experience she was sold. Everywhere she turns, she is reminded of time passing and opportunities dwindling. Friendships are fading, ex-boyfriends are moving on, and worse, everyone's moving to the suburbs. There's no solace to be found in her family. With a mum who's caught in a baffling midlife makeover and a beloved dad who is vanishing in slow motion into dementia. Dolly Alderton's debut novel is funny and tender, filled with whip-smart observations about relationships, family, memory, and how we live now. So this sounds like a really nice romance that's definitely also going to make me feel a lot of emotions. I have one more book on this section of the TBR, which is Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. The longer I have this on my shelf, the less excited I am to read it, so I think I just need to get it over with. The more I hear about this book, the less likely it becomes for me to read it, so I hope to just read it this summer and hopefully not be too disappointed. The next section of this TBR are my classics, including some modern classics. First of all, and my absolute priority read in the next month is the Japanese classic How Do You Live by Genzaburo Yoshino. I've talked about this book many times before, but the Ghibli adaptation is coming up very soon now, so I have to read it in the next couple of months. I've also been meaning to read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde ever since I got this gorgeous penguin classic of it, so I'm hoping this will be the season. The next book on my classic list is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera. which I actually didn't know much about before I got this, so I'll just read the blurb. The unbearable lightness of being is the story of irreconcilable love and infidelities in which Milan Kundera addresses himself to the nature of 20th century being, offering a wide range of brilliant and amusing philosophical speculations. First published in 1984, Kundera's masterly novel encompasses the extremes of comedy and tragedy and was hailed by critics as a contemporary classic. As some of you may know, I also picked up copies of The Bell Jar and of Mice and Men recently, so I'm also adding those to my TBR list as well. I've also been rereading some Jane Austen books lately. I am currently listening to the audiobook of Sense and Sensibility, so I might keep going on that as well, or reread or listen to some of the Bronte sisters' work. To finish off this list, I have a few non-fiction books. 2 books have been on my previous TBR list as well, which are Educated and Quiet. And then I also have No One Is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood, which I remember being all over BookTube at some point, but it's kind of just been sitting on my shelf, so I really want to get through this one as well. So those are the books on my summer TBR. Let me know if you have read and enjoyed any of these, and let me know which books are on your reading list for the summer. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.